to that in just a moment as we are loading it up and heading back to the stage.
Yeah, here we go. Compound map number 2. Excited to see hopefully a stronger performance here from 3BL. I know these guys could definitely use a pickup after that last game to get themselves moving in the right direction, going into their future in this group. But I mean, looking at the rest of this group, it's not an easy group to make it out of. I mean, when you look at the other teams they're going to have to face, it's still going to be tough opponents after tough opponents for 3BL. I feel like anyone they face in this group could be a similar situation just looking at these other teams on paper. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think for me the key match will be for 3BL and specific Magda, right? So this will be the key match for them. Anyway, we just hopping into the second map, which is Compound. Let's see if 3BL can bounce back, at least get some rounds.
Yeah, definitely going to be a very important map for both of these teams. BaiSha want to start off with a strong 2-0, or will 3BL be able to challenge them on their best map? Let's see if they have shorted up after that first one, and if they can forget, you know, everything that has happened. Just totally clean slate. Pretend map 1 didn't happen. Okay, we're here at CFS. We're going to give it our best shot on the first map of the series, or so they will tell themselves. But let's see if this one, at least, I hope it's a little bit closer because, you know, one-sided crossfire, not the most fun to watch. Would like to see a competitive match between these two.
It looked like we might have seen an interesting start at the beginning. I saw 5 different snipers in hands, but quickly changed out here on the side of BaiSha. I think just going for some early information to maybe go for a pick. Penguin also, he was thinking about bringing out that shotgun. Haven't seen a whole lot of the shotguns so far at this CFS, but I'm sure as we get deeper into it, we might see more of those come into play as well. But 3BL playing a pretty safe 2-1-2 type of setup here, not really pushing out for too much information either just yet. We can see BaiSha playing for that mid control early on and setting up that smoke screen for the execution.
I think interesting here that 3BL just plays without an M4, because this could be a big issue. If they want to go for an A retake later on, you just need at least one M4 on your team. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to retake. So it seems like BaiSha will push up towards B. Anyway, never mind. They're changing up the pace and will go towards A.
Yeah, they're going to move in here, and you can see there's only one guy in the window, I think, at this point in time. So 3BL just going to give up the site as, okay, they're going to catch one guy lurking. And that could be a chance for 3BL to try to even the score. It's 4 against 4, but this plant is going to get down on the A site. And as you mentioned, no M4s for the retake. Can they do it anyway?
And look at CZY's position. I mean, if you have now an AK, it's almost impossible to kill him, you know? Also a 9 here at the heaven or window position. Makes it extremely difficult for 3BL, almost impossible actually.
Yeah, especially they're coming in here one by one, just being mowed down. They don't even need N9. So Xiao was able to pick up 1. Baby got like 3 as he was just waiting in there. And the retake not possible for 3BL this time around. So BaiSha able to get off to a strong start, utilizing the middle of the map to say, hey, we're going to go B, no, we're going to go A. Something you can definitely do if you gain possession of Central Plaza kind of for free on the Blacklist side.
I think it's fine to play without an M4 in Compound, but then you just have to play more aggressive, what they're doing now, right? Makes more sense, because you can't let them push A-side, because the retake is literally impossible, especially against BaiSha. They have the best M4 players also on their team. I mean, usually Baby is insane with the M4, and retaking with an AK against the M4 doesn't make sense. It's just impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard with the wallbang advantage on that bomb site, but maybe they'll find some value this time around in this aggressive play on the mid connector. It is going to be Horus pushed up here. He's got Totson now as well, but 577, he is completely prepared to shut them down. Gets the double kill. Penguin tries to swing in with Hunt for the support, but it's not going to be to much success here. Alucard now left alone, 1 versus 4. And already things not looking so good on this second map. 577 gets the 3rd kill of the round for himself, brings this one to a close as they take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, as a lot of glances over towards one of the guys. Hope he doesn't have any issues over there, as it does look like we are moving into the next round without a hitch for now. So yeah, 2-0 for BaiSha. Kind of interesting, you know. It felt like BaiSha were expecting that aggressive push. They were waiting for the push through, and they just met 3BL with guns a-blazing, and Hunt was like trying to get some angles there in mid, which was kind of an interesting push. Kind of caught them off guard, but it still didn't really pick up any kills. I think only one member of BaiSha actually died in that round.
I mean, although it didn't work out for them, I still think it's the right approach to play aggressive against BaiSha, because this is also what 3BL is doing online. So I think just stick to your playstyle, you know, don't change too much and play with confidence. Even though, I mean, it's easy to say I'm casting it, but even though like the scoreline basically is now 1-12 total, but just stick to your playstyle.
It is interesting they're playing a pretty similar strategy in this round, even though it kind of didn't work out the best in the previous. You can see Baby here gets the spot onto Horus in the B tunnels, and now they just shift in to this mid execution, and this is where this mid position could be a bit of a disaster. There's not any presence on this B bomb side, but Totson comes into the action right at the ideal moment. Penguin able to find one onto Xiao as well, and they've got themselves a 5-on-3, but still, they don't have anyone defending this B bomb site, and this is still, even in a 3-on-5, a very difficult bomb site to retake.
Especially B side is, I think, the most difficult site to retake at all in Crossfire. So
yeah.
And bad news for 3BL, they all have full HP, BaiSha. All full HP, which makes it extremely difficult.
Well, they have the man advantage. Let's see if 3BL can get it going, but Baby picks up one. Couple of kills go into the side. And you can see that 3BL actually get in, but 577, he's holding down. He's trying to buy as much time as possible. He's just waiting with the pistol, just buying time, and he's even going to get the kills. Doesn't even need to waste time, you know, trying to get the enemy to defuse. He just says, no, I'll just take you out, knowing that they were running out of time anyway. So as you guys were mentioning, even in the 3v5, so difficult to retake that, and now it's 3-0 for BaiSha.
Yeah, very smart play from 577. Most players would just go for the 3K, no, but he's just playing the time, playing with patience, and yeah, love to see it.
Now 3BL, they've got to find their way back into it. They've had a lot of potential rounds they could have won. They've had some advantages, but they can never seem to hang on to them, and now they're already down 3-0 on map number 2, and it could be their last of this series if they can't find a way to start closing out these rounds on the GR side. We can see here not a whole lot of changes coming out of their setup, playing the 2-1-2, not so forward in the B tunnels this time around, not going for that connector control position, playing a little bit safer on B, but you still have to wonder if they're going to be able to hold on to these positions.
Yeah, absolutely. Seven, you were talking about, you know, the perfect reads from BaiSha. They just understood exactly where all the members of 3BL were, and that's what allowed them to get that free push into B. But this time, 3BL are in a position to actually defend B, but the entry is still good. CZY gonna get in on that first kill, and now holding the spawn was 577. He does get taken out. Gives 3BL a chance, at least, to try to go for this retake.
The issue is they still have Xiao here lurking in mid. I think they don't see, like they don't expect him to be there, right? Oh, he's missing the shot.
He missed!
Oh! This is rare to
missed.
see. This usually never happens.
And Hunt, he takes advantage of it. He picks up a 2K, and now there's a chance. I mean, Hunt is in, but as you can see, Baby's still holding it down. It's just Alucard. There's not a lot of time. He picks up the pistol kill. And again, he's got to get a kill and the defuse, but there's just not enough time. He does pick up the kill. Oh, and he can't even find it. He's just going to run away. That's going to be the end of that, 4-0. Once again, a couple of rounds in a row looking pretty similarly, but they end in the same way with BaiSha with the win.
Yeah, they've got to get better at stopping that mid-to-B presence that BaiSha's throwing their way. They haven't found really a good setup to stop that from coming all the way through, and I'm hoping they can find a way to maybe get a little bit more aggressive in mid, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. Horus sneaking into position to try and get that early information by pushing all the way through mid into the B tunnels. Not going to find anyone, though, on the other side of it. BaiSha playing extremely passive to start off this 5th round.
Yeah, it's a typical Horus play here, pushing up towards speed connect. But I also like the approach from BaiSha. You know, they're leading 4-0, and they're still playing very patiently. Because I thought for a second maybe they don't want to show any strategies, just go for like simple executes. But yeah, they're playing very reserved, very slowly, and yeah, it works out for them, right?
Yeah, does feel like a lot of the time they have a good read on what their opponents are going to do, so maybe feeling the pressure. They feel like somebody on the side of 3BL is going to push out. In this case, it is Hunt who actually does get the first kill of the round, so that's a nice little pick off over in that A room. That is going to spark BaiSha, though, to push into B once again. This time, Horus just going to back out of there, not going to challenge them as they make their way in. Maybe should be able to catch Baby over here, although it seems like Baby does have an understanding that Horus should be in this spot. And once again, the bomb is planted on B.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in for the side of 3BL on this retake. They don't have really any room to work with, and they've got to deal with Baby in the tunnels, who is just playing spoiler to this round completely. Penguin already taken down and out. Baby finds another on the lurk as well. Both flanks now taken down from 3BL, and it just completely falls apart all around them, and it's not going to happen. Another round goes up for BaiSha, still uncontested here on map number 2.
But also, what a move from line, you know. He got information that Horus pushed up along B. He instantly knows, okay, most likely GR base will be empty. There will be no one covering there, and he just executed instantly towards B side, you know. That's what I meant. Like, Chinese teams are so good at adapting. They always know where their enemies are. And this was a striking example, right?
Yeah, and they react immediately, right? Like, they have the information, they get the information, and they're like, we know exactly what the right play is in this situation. We're going to do it. There's no hesitation. They just go for it, and they get the information so well. So that's definitely what gets them off to that great start. And it was kind of sad as well. I mean, 3BL, they're just trying to clear out just Baby, just to try to get the retake, and they couldn't even do that. Baby able to get the 1v2, you know, a couple of 1v1s in the pillars. And that was able to shut down any hope of a flank as well. So BaiSha now 5-0. And perhaps this time they push on to A. Hasn't been their site of choice outside of the first couple of rounds.
It was an interesting move from BaiSha that they took mid control and now they fell back to bait them out on A side to make sure long A is clear. And it perfectly worked out for them because no one is covering along A. And 3BL has no information, basically. And Alucard will be in trouble in a few seconds, I'm pretty sure. Like, this... unlikely to get a kill here from this position.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I think he does have Hunt for the support there on the cross into sight, but Hunt has to be quick to react in this position. He's going to be able to try and hold for a moment, but it doesn't last too long. N9 takes him down. Alucard only going to find one as he goes down, and already it's a 3-on-4 retake situation. The bomb gets planted, and 3BL, there's just no way back into this safely.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, Hunt was trying to hold it down. Alucard as well. Just gets isolated. The push came in with a couple of guys through mid as well. But now 3BL trying to push on in with their 8Ks. It's kind of working out at first. Totson gets the 2K, but that was the end of their success. It is BaiSha now 6-0 as they are consistently just pushing in, getting the bomb down, defending it. And 3BL have not been able to crack that case even once.
Yeah, it's only going to get tougher at this point, I think. I'd like to see maybe a full mid push or something come out, and they are going to get aggressive here to try and contest this mid position, and so far it's working out quite well. Horus and Hunt each finding a kill on the CZY in 5-7-7. Baby from above trying to find a potential trade here. Not going to find anything out of that just yet. Chow is going to be locking it down in the backside of mid. He's able to find one. Still, things are looking a little bit risky for 3BL. They're maybe overstaying their welcome on this mid position. Horus goes down as well, and already the HP looking a little bit more favorable for BaiSha to bring this one right back.
Yeah, I like the approach here, pushing up towards mid on lower risk, changing the pace a little bit. But after getting the 2 kills, I think they should have fallen back and just played safely, you know? Now it's a 3-on-3 situation. Alucard is low HP. So it looks like also that BaiSha will win this round. Unless they can defend A side here. They have at least 2 players there, right? So
yeah. They read the situation and they're in position to stop the push. Now it's just Xiao, who, yes, it is this player, but it's a big ask from him. He's going to get the first kill. Low on health here, though. He's got to take down 2 more. Needs the bomb as well. Alucard trying to get the peek first. As the timing, unfortunately, for Alucard, not great. Although you could say he's just trying to group up with a teammate and just try to go for the 2v1, which is probably the smarter play anyway. So now Xiaoyi's got to go for this rotation around. Let's see if he can handle the 1v2. The answer is no, and 3BL, they get around as some of that aggression, just trying to throw a spanner into the works. It works out for them, and they're back on the board once again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can find a way to maybe get the ball rolling here and get a second or third round in the half. Hunt, I mean, he's playing pretty well himself in this one. Over 100 ADR on him, 8 and 7, really holding his own in this matchup. Would love to see a bit more from the rest of the team kind of stepping up around him, but these rounds, I feel like even though it's a 6-1 scoreline, we've seen a lot more rounds coming down to the wire on this map.
Right, and it's also not enough, you know, if you just have one player stepping up to the plate, we had Alucard on port, now we have Hunty on compound. Against BaiSha, you need all players, you know, if you want to have a chance to beat them, you need at least 3 to 4 players stepping up to the plate. And yeah, just Hunt on compound won't be enough to beat BaiSha.
Yeah, they're going to need a little bit more. Perhaps as the tournament comes along, they can string it together and get it going. But at this point, they would have to start right now, essentially. You don't want to lose too many more on the GR side of compound. And they do go for a little bit of a push up through a long and see what they can see. But they don't really find anyone, as actually BaiSha are here pushing through the pillars and in towards B. And it's going to be the first kill going over to Penguin, actually. Elsewhere on the map, they're in the mid-connector.
I think Xiao dropped from tower, trying to go for the lurk, but didn't work out for him. On the stacking B side, I think it's a good move, but most likely BaiSha will rotate towards mid again, which is the case now.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here of trying to force that over rotation and maybe get a pretty open A bomb site. Right now, it's only Alucard on that direct defense. Penguin is pretty close by to try and stop things from the spawn push coming through if this A hit comes to life, but it really puts a lot of pressure on Alucard to connect on these initial shots. If he goes down without a pick here, it's a pretty free bomb site for the taking, and there's not going to be enough time for 3BL to get back onto site, but here comes the engage. Oh, caught with a nade out, but still gets the repeak on the timing there. Quickly traded by CZY, and now BaiSha 3v4 take control of the bomb site, but N9 on the lurk, of course, finds Totson to make this one even more challenging. Horus thankfully secures the trade, but it's still a 3-on-2 for 3BL.
Yeah, 3-on-2, they gotta find a way in here. No M4s once again, but, you know, only 2 members on the side of BaiSha. Perhaps they can just overpower them with the man advantage. Let's see how they decide to go for this. They get that kill out on long as Penguin is coming in, but here comes Baby. He's got the M4. He picks off 2, and he's got some time here as well. Penguin trying to go for the defuse, but the timing here for Baby is perfect, and he's able to stop the defuse. Baby was not stopped for even 1 second. He knew exactly how to handle that 1v3.
What a play from Baby. This reminded me of last year's grand final against AG. Also got like multiple clutches on A side. Yeah, his game sense is just next level.
Yeah, such a difficult player to go up against, and now it's looking like a pretty similar story to what we saw on map number 1. It was a 10-1 there. Could definitely be another 10-1 on the horizon here if BaiSha keeps playing at this level. And right now, especially in the second map, it's not even 1 or 2 players this time around. It's really everybody making this one pretty impossible for 3BL to find their footing in. This time we see a bit of an overstack here on A long. They've got 3 players forward, 1 on the bomb side as well, leaving just that singular player of Totson over towards the B tunnels. If he goes down too early without a pick, this could be a very fast round for BaiSha to hang on to. Totson, he's going to have to play his life wisely. He's already down to 13 HP, and he knows he's got to back off here.
I mean, I'll be honest, like setting 3 players long A doesn't make too much sense against BaiSha because they always send Xiao there and he will go for the info play. So he will realize, okay, there are at least 1 or 2 players and then they would not commit, you know? So this setup, in my opinion, doesn't make sense against BaiSha because I also tried to set up against them.
Speaking from experience,
right?
Probably the best way to speak about it. And it does seem like BaiSha maybe just forgot the C4. Well, they've got it now. They left it back there regardless. They're going to pick it up. The push is coming in, a very slow push on the B because of it. Horus not able to get too much information, but knows there's at least 1 guy up there, and he's going to sit around in the servers. The rest of the team, though, over by A, getting this information a bit late, but BaiSha still waiting. Not going to go for the push just yet. We have this flank coming in from Hunt as well. The timing on this could be perfect. He's going to get at least 1. He picks up 2, and he is going to get taken out eventually, but this gives 3BL a chance in this round.
Still, though, they had the 2-on-4, and already it's taken down to a 2v2 very quickly. And it's also N9 and Xiao. These two guys in the clutch are so deadly to go up against. It's down to the 1v1, though, here. N9 versus Alucard for a very crucial round for 3BL's potential life on this map. 15 seconds, though. N9, he's got to go quickly, but Alucard, hey, he gets it done here, and 3BL find their second round.
Well, there you have it, 7-2. Kind of what you were talking about, Kyle. You know, they eventually get there. I have to say, when it was 6-0, wasn't really feeling the chance for 3BL to get those 2 rounds, but they do eventually get there, and we did see how they were able to get it. It still felt like pulling teeth a little bit. It seemed very difficult for them to pick those rounds up, but they get 2 in the last 3. Maybe that's something to build off of here.
Hopefully it is, but it is going to be a very forward approach on this side of the map from BaiSha. You can see Baby already pushing out towards the BL spawn through those B tunnels, and he seems like he kind of wants to take this challenge here, slowly working his way up, but not over-committing just yet. He can get a lot of information here if he doesn't give up his life early, so I like this call from him not to overcommit onto the spawn peak, because the second he goes for that, it could completely turn the round back in favor of 3BL if he's caught.
Yeah, this reminds me of Port actually, right? They had like 5-7-7 push up long A all the time, that a 9 long B. So once again, we have Baby here going for the info play, and he will tell his teammates that there's no player in front of B control room, so you can stack A side, which they're doing right now. He spots Hunt. Now he's in trouble, I guess. 3 players are coming from B connected, but he gets the kill onto Penguin.
Yeah, and he's getting, okay, he's getting even more. He's going to pick up 2, and yes, they finally get him, but Hunt lost so much HP. This gives the chance for the rest of the team to just follow up and push through mid and take over the entire map. Hunt has 17 HP, just about the same as his age, and now he's down to perhaps even less in just a bit. But he is trying to fight back. He does get the 1, but he can't get the second. That's going to be BaiSha back on the board, 8-2. As they are just 2 rounds away from taking the 2-0.
There's also the main difference between those 2 regions, right? Like most players from West in Baby's position, they would maybe just get the info, maybe get like some damage, but he even gets 2 kills, and 1 player was even low HP, right, at the end from 3BL. So what a play. He got the info and even got the 2-piece. So I wish I would have such teammates.
Fair enough. I mean, he is quite the talent. Well, now CZY is pulling out the AWM, because why not? Just going to go for 2 of them here on the GR side, see what you can see. Have some long angles on this one, so going to give it a try. And the try is even better than just that, and he's out here with a couple of teammates as well, just to support, just in case, expecting a push through the pillars, which at the moment there are 3 members of 3BL over here.
Yeah, it's a great setup here for BaiSha to work with in this round. The utility starting to come down as well. A lot of hesitation, though, from 3BL. They go for the nade stack. It doesn't actually connect onto anyone in these positions. BaiSha still patiently holding on to this 3 stack, but the C4 surprisingly alone outside of A long here, just kind of hanging out, but N9 goes for the peak anyways, alone, takes down a Horus. What a way to keep things going for themselves here, and you can tell they're ready to just push right into this stack. They're not waiting for the push to come to them at this point.
It's also crazy. I mean, the score is 8-2, and they still don't overpeak, right? They got the 2 entry frags here, and they still wait patiently for 3BL to push.
Yeah, I mean, it shows confidence in themselves, but also not overconfidence, which it's kind of a crazy balance to have, but also perhaps a bit of respect as well. They know that it's, you know, it can turn wrong if you just make one wrong maneuver as well. So they're just going to hold on to that strong mentality, not make any mistakes, and just wait for it. As N9 is holding this down, he sees the push, gets the info, throws down the flashes, delays the push, gives the time for the entirety, pretty much, of BaiSha to make their way over to B.
Now CZY, he's got the cross angle to work with, but it's not going to matter. The rest of the team comes in, guns blazing, and gets that one done very quickly, and we're already looking at that match point opportunity here, and it seems very, very likely at this point that BaiSha will cross the finish line. Everybody in this second map just really stepping up and making it happen. But you can see here just the versatility of these players. I mean, CZY, not even the main user on this team, hitting a nice little shot like that, and even on the retake finding another for himself to take this one to a 9-2.
Well, here comes Hunt. It's actually going to work out. It is Penguin who does get the kill, but, you know, just rushing on in, trying to throw a little bit of a curve ball at them. And it does kind of work out there, trading 1 for 1. And this is essentially last opportunity for the next bunch of rounds here for 3BL. They have a couple of wins, but they'd like to get some more. And 9 was flashed out, and it's actually going to work out. 3BL, they read the defensive position here, and the aggression that is coming out from 3BL is maybe something we wanted to see a bit earlier on, but now they've got to deal with Xiao, who is going to pick up that first kill. And the C4 is not with them, I should mention. Xiao here picks up another. There is a second, and he's just looking for that last one. Alucard against Xiao. The sniper battle as the pistol trying to come through here for Alucard as the flick's not there, but he's still able to get the win. Xiao gonna win in the 1v1 sniper duel. Congratulations to BaiSha Gaming.